Bro, hello? Oh, wait. There it is. There we go. How you guys doing? What's up? Yeah. Yeah. I'm having hot chocolate right now. Nice. mm. Wow. You threw a mic on me. Oh, ee, ah, ee, oh, ee, ah, ee. Oh, ee, ah, ee, oh, ee, ah, ee. Oh, ah, oh, ah, oh, ah, oh, ah, oh, ah, oh, ah, Anyway, I hope everyone's doing good. I don't know what I'm doing. I had a good day. I was drawing mostly, making content and stuff. It's almost Christmas. Uh, happy almost Christmas to everybody who celebrates, and happy holidays to everyone else. And just to let you know, I'm not gonna be streaming next week. I might have said that already. I'm gonna say it on the server so everyone knows. Kurwa, Bobber! Did you know that fart in Polish means lucky? So when I fart there, it just means lucky. Nice. I think I knew that, but I forgot. There's too much chocolate in this chocolate. Fuck. Fuck. But anyway, guess what? I finished my second sticker sheet design that I was working on for, I feel like it's been years, but maybe not. I finished it though, and I'm gonna order it soon. And I'm gonna get the... Also, I just realized something. It's so funny. I sold stickers, but like to people like IRL, so I didn't have the inventory tracking on Big Cardell like being it wasn't accurate anymore. So I was like, I have to like count my stickers and make sure like all of it is up to date, right? But I was like I had to count specifically. I had to count my Sino stickers. So I opened the Sino drawer and I started counting them, and it was way over the number of what I thought I did. I thought I had like I thought I had like a good, I don't know, 25 left in stock for Sino. And I was counting and it was way over that. And I had like 35 or something. And I was like, that's weird. Why do I have so many? I'm sure I didn't order that many. And like, and then started counting the other ones. And it turns out I didn't realize that. But they sent me like 10 extras for each. Like for all of the stickers I ordered, they sent me 10 extras. And I guess they do that, but like for all of them, they did. I mean, it's a good thing. I was pretty happy to find that out, but like, I was surprised. I was like, okay, so all of my inventory is whack, but that's fine, I guess. I'll recount it at some point. Yeah, I have no idea how I would ever like learn Polish, honestly. At some point I was like, I think I want to maybe learn, and then my friend Mar was like, no. See, like, just looking at this, I have no idea how you would even say that. This is so chocolatey, bro. I hate it. Ah, ah, I'm dying. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna order some sticker sheets and prints soon. I'm pretty excited. Who put chocolate in my chocolate? Who put chocolate in my hot chocolate? That's way too much. No, what's going on, Atsuko? No one is dying. No one! Oh, by the way, I also updated Dokugami for everyone who didn't see. Just letting y'all know, it's the last chapter. Jiki. Bro, I don't know. I know you just like said that in the chat, like we were on call and you said that in Polish, and I don't remember how you said it. But okay, we're gonna play Disco Elysium. We're gonna finish this game now. Oh, whoa, Dokugami. Okay, we are here. So last time we experienced the last dream, which was pretty cool.
This old cylindrical the lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell.
Oh.
There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side.
Pull the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up.
Merci.
The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
1, 2, 3, merci! Meow! Un, deux, trois, merci!
A dim golden glow animates the console. Faint, like a ghost light. Urgence ouvert reads one dial key. Allumer reads another.
It's on. Turn emergency open.
Automatic boot.
Could this open the blast door?
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Oh! Hi, Twy! How you doing?
After you.
Before, outside, when we were walking across the sand, I felt someone watching me.
So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here.
What's there?
I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up, then dies down again.
What if we get into another fight?
Don't worry. I have a gun.
I also have a gun.
I know. It was not easy to acquire.
Thank you, Kim. In the club? I don't know what y'all are saying. I'm so confused. Alright, we're going outside, guys. We're about to finish this fucking game. Nice. A rubber dinghy. It's deflated, broken. Oh, see all the little white flowers? Well, hello.
An old man wearing
Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have saved.
Stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth.
I thought, yeah.
Then spits it out
Ew.
into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Fucking clowns.
Bye, dude.
I should have known they'd send the fucking clowns for me. You hear him mumble to the blackened logs. That was not the right move. You should have pushed on.
Yeah, wait, I need to save first. And then talk to him, because goddamn. They don't love you like I love you. Wait!
The old man leans on the frame stock of his rifle, looking up at you.
Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell two kids to put out their fire? Two twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator, then used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How'd you know it was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
You didn't say that, Kim.
I did.
We have entered a world where he said you shouldn't. It is the only world.
It was not rock and roll, it was sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Belle McGrave?
It's a Triangong 446.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
Sir, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further. We are with the police.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
I am an enemy commander of rank. Put it down!
The words, I am an enemy commander, sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be, dog?
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand, he stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song.
I think, therefore I am. What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present.
The present.
The present to be afraid and cold.
Those words the future teaches you.
Real music. Real Prolet Cult. That's La Revacholière, not your rock and
Hold
roll
on.
entropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
Yeah? Okay, I'll pull up. What's that? What are you looking at? There's a lot of stuff here. Okay.
You need to address that remark.
I'm not a misanthrope. I'm a half-dead police officer who's just doing his job.
The job of a shitlicker.
What is La Revacholière?
It is the anthem of the world revolution. One of three. In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favorites of history. And in Sinyao, it was... some Samaran shit, I guess.
La Revacholière. I've heard that name somewhere else in a dream.
Everyone has. They named a fucking perfume after it.
No, that's not it. I've talked to her.
Talk to her?
Yes, I get these cold spells in the church.
God, shithouse. Should have taken it down like they did in Grad. Dismantled it for firewood.
All around you, the air slowly circulates the islet, carrying little swallows and black-beaked seagulls in its slow drift. They all, every one of them, every bird, mammal, and crustacean,
What?
keep their distance.
How does it go, the song?
How did it go? Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
Pick up the gun lying in the sand.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand, frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
It says he said it's Triangong made in Sinyao.
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanti Shanti. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does.
This uses jacketed ammunition, 4.46.
The right type and the right calibre.
Calibre.
He's liking this.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession in time.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The Commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the Commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
You've been on this island for 43 years?
No,
No.
I've been on other islands too. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years?
43 years and 10 months.
That's insane.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, The streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41.
Always waiting
For what?
for her to return.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution.
Girl chat revolution?
Always.
She better. I'm afraid she's gone.
The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore. However hard I try, whatever I do.
You said you deserted your unit?
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
A lapse of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took
For what?
for reaction to take hold.
Meg. Meg and Emo, are you seeing this shit? Are you seeing it? Don't say what it is, but do you see it? What's the reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
It wasn't reaction, you were just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
And this was when?
Oh no, I'm not talking about the dialogue.
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
I can't say it because I don't want to spoil anybody, but... Yeah. Dark magic?
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower, huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
A terrible shame, still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
You didn't go to the map room?
No.
Nah.
I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened at the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What?
That the bourgeois are not human.
Let him finish.
I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
What is this place, this island?
It's not an island, Dwight. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing we're taking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Someone who's come to end this madness.
Iblis,
Iblis?
the black-eyed angel.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal
What do you steal?
supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black.
We have
Administer morphine. Moribund.
we have Dramamine and other opioid-based painkillers. You must be in pain.
I have been running out of that stuff.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of I don't even know what. Inferno?
You notice the lieutenant's about to say something.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How have you concealed yourself for all these years?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg,
Oh, I just got an
Unicorn,
order! Yay!
and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsoff coursing through their veins.
Thank you. I don't know who did it, but thank you. I appreciate it.
And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How'd you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. Why
don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
The weapons cache under Sangi's Lane 22B in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were damaged beyond use.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
There's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves?
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RC.
Oh my god.
The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. A so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
We're not coalition appointed, we just try to help people.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, Le Parti Communiste d'Insolande. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
Oh god.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fireplace. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
You never signed the Revolutionary Instrument of Surrender!
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
That's insane.
You're insane. Radio shows, speed racing, sporting goods. None of it is real.
So you're a communist soldier from the communist army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Wait, what does the political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the Commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a night philosopher of the revolution. A future human.
That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
I'm also a communist.
No, you're not. You're a liberas.
You should engage him about inframaterialism. Impress him with all the ideas you picked up from the reading group.
Or liberast?
A liberal and a pederast. It's what most liberals are.
I'm not a liberal. I told you I'm a communist.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
You're not wrong.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body.
I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world.
What
It's
have
a farce.
what have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Go in straight.
Okay.
No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
Okay. So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped?
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Krenel?
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of March 4th.
Oh yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the Commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
We've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete,
Embrasures.
specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You have been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascies for fascists. Done his part.
The view was perfect. With a pair of binoculars I could have seen in the room.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Damn.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
I don't need your cooperation. I've got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real
Hi,
gun.
Chain.
Not like your little musketeer pistols. I've seen you
How you
prance
doing?
around with those. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You
Welcome
look
back.
like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons, eh? Going against automatic rifles with a flame bomb. Of course you got all those boys killed.
Damn. He saw you. He's watched it happen. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
You think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range.
Yay!
This is it.
Hell yeah, Chain. Shaking your hand, because I'm also on my short Christmas break. I have like a 4-day break. I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
Good. This feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah!
Getting things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
Murder.
This pushed him, but not enough. Just a little more.
Come on, what am I forgetting?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Oh yeah!
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're revolutionary symbols from the war. Nowhere else, nowhere in all of Martinez have you seen them this spring. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up.
Now that I can sit down for 15 minutes, I can go finish the last stretch of Dokugami. Stop at the best part early because my lunch break was over. Oh no, RIP. I hope you enjoy it. Of course. Thank you, Head, thank you.
You got it. Remember, the boot prints were like no modern soul.
There were Maybells behind the victim's window.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly, nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere here in Martinez, only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may.
A young woman called Classier rang any bells. These dried flowers were behind her window.
Classier.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
Yes, Classier. You hadn't heard her name, had you?
My ears don't reach the city.
You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim.
Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists.
Oh my
Who
god.
cares what brand my shoes are?
So combative.
Sansa. Some shit.
Show me the souls, please, Mr. Dross.
Hey,
Fucking
welcome back,
imbecile.
Atsuko.
The maker is called Sansarique, and the size is 42 to 44. These are not the unusual horizontal patterned souls you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Wait, maybe it's simpler than that.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes. It doesn't mean you weren't there near the room the victim died in, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a rapist. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him?
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase, and I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it, anyway.
Thank you, Chain. I'm glad you liked it.
I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
Murder. Yeah.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man nods.
Why?
It feels weird to finish a fic every time. I mean, I had finished it a while ago. It's just like every time you gotta post the last chapter, it's always so bittersweet. Oh. Well, I'm working on a new one. It's gonna be a while till I start posting it, but I'm working on something else now, and it's gonna be good. And you know what? Hell yeah, I killed him. Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
You pulled the trigger?
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it. You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
Okay, so you know, I'm gonna stay put.
I ain't going anywhere.
I'm gonna save right now. Whew, okay. Maybe I should do that. Because my calendar spawns the event until infinity, so in 2030 there was still a Dokugami event in my calendar. Damn! Oh.
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
I guess I do.
Oh, yeah. Like a horse. A workhorse. For hard work.
What hard work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000
Oh,
steps
really? No.
down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You
I
ride.
fucking ride till I die, bitch.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the solar. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
I guess I made some gills. Like, I mean, yeah, I did take that bribe from that Joyce woman.
Oh yeah, you took that bribe hard. You're a killer.
Can't say I didn't make that ceiling guy give some of his money either.
Can't say that. You shook him. You're a killer. A shark.
You could say I took some money from that Manana guy too.
You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that shit in. You're a straight rider.
Oh, and then there's pawning stuff off to that suspicious Roy guy.
Yeah, you're in the sales business. Shake 'em for shit and then pawn it off. Law officer style.
I guess I've made some gills, sure.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest?
Maybe.
Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself, are you rich?
No, I have 22.14 real to my name.
That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave and you're still practically a hobo.
Because of
Why
that
is
guard
that?
guy riding my ass.
The Guards man has set himself up one of those self-replicating money structures. You should learn from it. Don't play the victim. Think hustler. Think with your
The
head.
system is broken.
Boo-hoo. The system is broken. The establishment is keeping me down. That's not the fuck yeah attitude you're used to. What is this? Why are you so poor?
Fucking taxes, man.
That's right. 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze. Aren't taxes
But-
almost non-existent in the Gossamer state that is Revachon?
I thought there were no taxes.
You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax. This tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus, there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you here. The Gossamer state's a myth. In total, the coalition government is taking 98% of all your money.
No fucking way. I guess I'm a free market fundamentalist now.
Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real. Keep it street.
I don't have time for
Keep
this.
foaming at the mouth furiously on the tax issue.
Bro, I don't have time for this. I need to arrest this guy. There's still probably like an hour of dialogue left with this guy.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But
Cool.
you can't have everything.
He wants to see her covered in blood. To punish her.
How long have you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving,
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
What do you think she hid there?
Her passport and tickets to Riet. And from there to Cachet Brut.
This is the hidden boy she told us about. You looked into it?
After she was gone,
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was empty.
no. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I'd put them back. If I wanted to extort someone, I'd do better.
This implies that he's thought about extorting her. Also, a little inconsistency here. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have seen it on the documents?
Are you sure? We checked the submersible. There was nothing there.
Why would I need that trash? I'm not going to Villiers.
You saw her name on the passport, but before when I said her name is Clausia, you didn't seem to recognize it.
You didn't say Clausia in there.
What did it say? What did it say her name was in the passport?
It was something. I don't remember. It was dark that morning. I only remember her face on the photo.
Moving on. Did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks. And a body hard and lean and bruised all over. Black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now.
Yeah, cloaca.
All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
He's setting it up for you.
How'd you see all this? The bruises that she was beaten?
I'm not blind, am I?
How does he know those minute details about her body?
It quickly comes to you.
The bruises on her body, any chance you've seen them through a hole in the wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Great.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip-point knife.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Ever see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
You've been through the secret route behind the whirling rags. Those were your footprints there. You just changed your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too.
Yes, that too. The things
Oh,
they
okay.
did
See
in
you
that
later,
little
Chain.
room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works.
Yeah, maybe I will. I'm not sure because, I'm very close to the end of the game, but, I know this dialogue is very long, so maybe.
You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't
She was
see
master
a man
building.
looking in. I
She's
learned
a
that in the
master
20s,
bait.
when
A
they were
master
still
baiter.
hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but
Those two took the cake.
Thank you, Jane.
You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
You wanted to punish her, so you killed him.
She practically breastfed that man.
Ew.
You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf. Airport bag in hand. Silks flowing in her wake.
The dream.
See you tomorrow, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air. Burning.
Men are insane.
The world is insane.
You had feelings for that woman.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
There have been others?
Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
Was that why you left the dried flowers behind the window?
No,
Why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of her room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
And you brought her Maybells?
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
You wanted to console her?
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you. If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you.
Let's
once
kill
more.
this fucking guy!
One more down.
So in conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was about her.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement.
Motive.
That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away, but she let us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the sea fort.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lucan's Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Look north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still, she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of
What?
the city she's leaving, for another, far south.
Huh? Why is the specific line making me tear up? Like, what's wrong with me? But also, what the fuck, Shivers? I don't know why this specific line just so well written that I'm just like, okay.
Smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible, if she didn't squint her eyes. He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette.
Oh.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? You could get more out of him. He likes talking.
Yeah, I can tell.
Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
I like that word, tragic comedy. It's really cool. How come?
Because of the racists.
Oh.
Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries, pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that social democratic union and the farce of a social democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Anything, let him finish.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruin. In tents, like animals. Like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs. The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his
That old
uniform,
cock.
throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon.
He's dead.
Or Koyamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Ew.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt Frisell is now dead.
Mm-hmm.
We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical
This
sputter.
guy is the biggest hater. Like, he has some shit to say about everything.
There was something about the statue and nihilistic advertising agency people might be worth investigating.
Disco whores.
Whores.
Whores! Okay. There was something about the statue of the roundabout and syphilis?
Syphilis is a disease Philip III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination.
Abomination.
The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocaine,
Cocaina.
and monuments of himself. His son, Philip IV, the insane, contracted syphilis in the womb.
Ew, ew.
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues, too. Hundreds of them.
But it's still there.
What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why?
Because cynical advertising yuppies erected a deconstructed version of it.
That's right. Some advertising cockroaches erected a cynical deconstruction of it. We tore it down with honest working-class plastic explosives. And there it is again. Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity. Every gallery should be bulldozed, and the artists should all be given 30 years of hard labor in Yekokata.
Wait.
Yekokata, the
bullet hole
place
for
to
his
be!
heart. The statue had been shot. That was him.
It was you, you shot the statue, there was a bullet hole in his heart.
I did. A needless, sentimental gesture.
Oh my god.
I should have spared the bullet for a deformed monster of liberal capitalism. Shameful, really.
This dialogue is even longer than I remember.
Yes, shameful. So many others to punish over the years. Isn't that right, detective?
That's it for the statue then. Tell me, Mr. Dross.
The fat union man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is. Probably got a fat check for it too. Shared with the law.
Accusations of corruption. Push them aside with a sharp change of topic, officer. Put the heat on him.
You mentioned the Union is social democratic and Mr. Clare a farce of a social democrat.
Another hideous disappointment.
Yeah.
Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. Placating the masses.
Yeah, I think so too.
Disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiarity with the Union's top brass.
Who's a disappointment ever, Claire?
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
Doesn't Everett run a union?
That mobster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education. His twin, Edgar Clare, that one's been to one of those East Revachol universities. He talks a big game about uprising and alienation and so on.
You've talked to Edgar?
First against the wall with him.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them knowing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to. Don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first. Soften him up.
Have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone. I hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains. Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things.
When was this?
20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
That's around the time the Clears came to power.
What'd you talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Mazov. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Mazov. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
And he let you be here?
Let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this.
They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy?
Mr. Joss, did you kill the Crown mercenary for the Clares to incite a riot?
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them. But he's insinuating something.
What was the deal between him and Edgar?
Oh no, the connection doesn't come to you.
I got a double one, are you serious?
Dumbo, do something. You can't zone out now. This isn't Doodaloo dance time. Slap yourself in the head again. Jumpstart it.
Wait, it was about him meeting Edgar in a deal.
By God, we are on the edge, in the very end, and you can't even remember what you're trying to connect, can you? While the murder suspect stares at you with contempt.
Something with the union boss.
Officer. Mr. Dross, about this deal you made with Edgar. The death of the Crown mercenary was only coincidentally beneficial to the Clares. But what about the other people you've killed for them?
Other people?
Like the previous 4 women of the Union.
That's it. That's what you weren't connecting yourself.
I didn't fight 40 years to end up an informant for the international regime. What happened, happened.
Still dumb. Your eyes are transfixed on his digits. It's yellow with nicotine. Before, when you asked him about the Union, he said it was a disappointment. They promised him something political.
They promised political change and then didn't deliver.
Look who's up. You're worse off than me.
We will have plenty of time to talk about this, Mr. Dross, when you're in pre-detention. It takes years in pre-detention.
Go ahead. I've been in solitary confinement my whole life.
Ease off it. This was not an unmitigated disaster. The lieutenant mitigated it. Just proceed. Calmly.
By the cop parading his colorful uniform, you mean Renee?
Every fucking morning. For 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other.
Bull.
I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game.
Oh my god, it's
I
just
don't care
pétanque.
what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A Patank maniac race traitor.
Not, I guess.
I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him, personally. His make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the Liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. That one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston.
There's no one there.
Fat and plump. Like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross. Shoot me.
You'd like to kill him?
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bomb melt in my mouth.
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon, that one.
He's dead, by
A
the way.
real treat.
He's already
The
dead.
Black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, René. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
Renee's dead. He died of old age a couple days ago.
No,
Yeah.
I waited too long. I waited too long and now he's dead?
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for a long time.
They're all dead now. Fuck it.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health ailing.
You cared about him?
All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Now, God damn this world.
You had 1,000 chances to kill him.
And I blew them all. What does it matter now? He's gone. Ancient.
I'm
dust.
sorry.
Fuck you.
No. Are you okay, Mr. Dross, to go on?
You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had. To love. To colonize the Pale.
Colonize the Pale.
It's all fucked.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure.
I'm glad we talked about this now.
Glad we talked about what?
Oh my god, that's it for now. Oh, I'm gonna save again. Good god. This is so stressful.
The old man stares, his lip curls into a...
Glad we talked about what?
Is that his body language?
For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble, who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island, he seems surprisingly fit.
That's it?
He's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. But that's it. You can see no more by looking at his slouched frame. The moment passes, and you say,
I guess I can, like... I have a lot of skill points that I'm not using. Look at this shit. But I can't put any more points in composure, so... I guess I'm fucked.
the old man stares despondently.
Whatever. I don't think it matters that
It's
much.
like he's forgotten you're there.
Josef Lilianovich Dross, you're under arrest for the murder of Elise Courtenaire.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The wind picks up, The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Why are you scared all of a sudden?
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
But
Do you understand, sir?
no, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Does it have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here.
But then, who watches him while you're coming back
Who
here?
watches him there while I come back for you?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Lillian. You could ask her, maybe.
Maybe I can just ask that net picker to watch him.
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
Below the confusion and rage, a fit of jamais vu like yours? The thought passes, more pressing matters take its place.
No, listen. Listen now.
You could come back for me, once you've taken him to the precinct.
No, it would take a whole day on this island. You go and transport the prisoner. I'll be here. I can escort him to the pier with you.
Maybe you're right.
This world. What are you talking about? Is this?
Your skin is crawling suddenly.
It was in the corridor this whole time! Did you guys notice it? It was there the entire time.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
Yeah, like, I don't think you can possibly notice it if you don't know, but like, dude, I'm gonna cry. This is my favorite song from the entire, like, game, and my favorite scene from this entire game. Blink.
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like kiting, hovering in place.
What is that?
What are you talking about?
The giant stick insect.
There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head.
This is like some of the best dialogue in this entire game. It's all there. Oh my god, I'm so
You
excited.
feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
There is, I see it.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
Ah!
4 simple words, thank God. If you can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence, its limbs long and slender.
I'd love this scene if it wasn't for the high-pitched sound that gave me a massive headaches in the middle of the dialogue. Oh, you know what? I didn't even notice that.
Be very, very careful.
I get it though. I hear it now. Get the
The
insulin
creature
uniform.
stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps
Look.
away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
I wonder how the cryptozoologist wanted to catch that thing in those small-ass cages. Yeah, right. Oh my god. I'm gonna lose it. This is the Insulinian phasmid.
It is.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open, extremely carefully. It's the camera.
No. The flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
The flash is loud. It won't like that sound. It won't like that.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
Stop, let me approach it first.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He's letting his pride get in the way. You see the phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
Who cares what they think him?
Understood. Of course.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly.
Say something to it quietly, something like... Hey!
The creature tilts its tiny head to the side and appears to look at you. It is incredibly light, like the slightest gust of wind should blow it away. But it doesn't. There is a sadness in there. Or is it in you? From the dream? It's still with you. The pitiful hey you told her. Even now.
Approach carefully. Electrochemistry! I can't believe electrochemistry is the one to, like, help me with this at the very end.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows, like laughter, a sort of happiness. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
Sometimes you're just gonna have an existential talk with a big-ass bug. Yeah! Raise your hand slowly.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence.
Put your hand down.
The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in tandem on either side of the insect's small head.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam.
I'm gonna be emotional this whole
The
time, guys,
stridulations
by
of
the
its
way.
limbs continue all around you.
Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell, like you've never felt before. Like burnt roses.
Kim, it's foaming.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell, like summer burning. Apricot blossoms, white blossoms erupting, a sensation like cold hands on your face.
Tell me, what are you doing?
I exist.
Mm. I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
I'm ill.
What is your illness?
And my heart from its sadness, input after input.
For me, it is not like that. I have states, not the emotions. For example, I experience excitement at unexpected sugar rewards. But that is not important. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, It is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist,
Intruded upon by what?
shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations, a swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never ache.
I'm not okay. So light it only feels like something to be me. What the fuck is happening to me right now? I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument.
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you.
Damn.
It's all of creation reflected in your foreplay. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation. Even when you're sleepy, and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great, mute empathy for you.
What the hell? I changed my mind. I want to be you.
You want to be a fussmate? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Why do you ask?
Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
A small leg, that's horrible.
Yes, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk.
You don't have a foot there now.
Yes, thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again.
I am a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
The killer.
He's in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only quicken his deterioration.
You're destroying him?
Very slowly, and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads. But he has looked at me for too long, and I'm destroying him.
Is this a dream? What's happening?
No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
Where does this come from? All this around us, the world.
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
We need to know. Perhaps it's sent to us by a god.
I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
Yum yum. What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molting, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys, and went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and officials of the occupation. Even the Seminoles Islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez,
Oh.
March 51.
Fuck! That's insane.
No, you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while it is you who are a total extreme madness. A volatile senior nerve system ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. no one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
Well, the pale is human-made?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
How?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day, or just forget?
Have I always thought this way? Blink.
Please, do not do that again.
Have I always thought this way?
No, you're only thinking it now. This is a revelation.
I've already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
The case is meaningless compared to this. I have totally transcended the case.
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all.
No, there is one more.
Ah! Of all the creatures I've met, you are the most beautiful.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Do it for the working class.
I will.
She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay, Kim, take the picture.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a
So
sword.
cool.
The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
I got it.
Reach out and touch the creature's whisker.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish. It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Look at your finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The
Don't
creature
lick
in
it.
front of you stays frozen.
Lick your finger?
It tastes like sugar, very faint. The anthropod towers above you, tufts of reeds pointing from limb and head alike. Odorless, mostly comprised of water.
Carefully put its scythe-like forearm.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing.
Run your hand up the center limb higher.
A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black pearl eyes still glisten, mesmerized by the light passing its nervous system.
We got it.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
Disengage slowly.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
Oh my god, okay. I have to redo this. At least I saved a little bit before that. Yeah. It was too good for too long, I know. This is dumb. But damn, it's such a good scene, man. Good god.
The creatures read like tufts.
It is.
You glance.
No, the flash will scare the...
We need a...
From the corner of your eye,
I won't be...
he's let you see the phasmid turn.
Understood.
The spindly mechanism turns itself. A sudden, it moves just an inch closer to you. Or does it only feel like it does? Slowly, with you, like love, hissing and clicking, the insect, sudden, as you do, the praying to you. The reed creature does not stop its streak. Perhaps it is preparing. No reply. You were right. The faintest smell.
Careful.
The letting apricot blossoms, white blossoms erupting.
I exist.
So I'm skipping through this because we just saw the whole thing, but my game crashed, so...
Fire? I do not have fire inside me. In me, there is not even blood, but liquid,
Oh god.
like sap from a wine pond. Now, I will tell you what it's like for shapes. I am at the end of a... Are you sure? Sometimes when molting. Yes, the leg. Yes. So am I. I can also detect pheromones. The ones on you tell me that you will not beat me, and that I will benefit from your closeness. In short, I love you.
What? I've never gotten this dialogue. Oh.
is life for you? What is your illness? I am. Now I will tell you how it is for me. Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily. You can also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can. I am a one on. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government. No, the pale too. It is a nerve. You're a vile. We suspect.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that...
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. Please, do not do that. No, you're only thinking it now. This is a revelation. Please be. Or one day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
It doesn't look... You're just staring. Okay. I think we should take the picture, and then you should...
No, there is one more. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Do it for the working class. She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay.
There is no...
Intro.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword.
I got it.
The antenna... It is...
Be careful.
You were right. It... odorless. A small shudder passes... Another shudder passes through the... As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And some...
It's gone. Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only... I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What's that in the reeds? Welcome back, Shane. Oh god, you missed like this really good sequence. What was that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
What now?
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Plazia's passport. The helmet! And the what? The rifle scope.
Brother, you've managed to collect all the armor pieces.
Let's go!
Too bad it's too late for the big showdown.
I don't think this helmet would have helped me anyway.
It would have looked very impressive. Still, you found it all. Now your mortal coil is completely protected. Few cops are this futuristic.
At least now I'm truly invincible. I doubt it, but... Damn. Alright, a murderer. Hi, killer.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid?
See.
Mistylotl?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking.
And you wave your hand in front of his eyes.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dross?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What has happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
I think it's the phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke.
He couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reeds for him.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dross,
No response.
Maybe this is how the phasmid has stayed hidden all these years.
then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yes, you forget it's there.
Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds? The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
He's been there for a long time. Who knows how much of it is in its who knows how much of it in its company?
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him, like he didn't want to leave this place, and the insect maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
No one would believe you without
We
it.
found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should.
Show him the RNE's passport.
No reaction. His breathing is slow, and he appears very old all of a sudden. Around 80.
Let's have a closer look at that after. I think I'll be more useful than him.
Show him the ceramic helmet.
Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left, wherever he is.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
Show him the detached scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross?
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being.
I'm going to let you rest now, Mr. Dross.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal.
Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Alright, time to go back. Well, we found the merger. Just an old man. Jealous old man. Now we gotta get out of here. We're just gonna leave him there. He's not gonna do anything.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's return to the mainland.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet, but for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. Two men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a
Let's
nameless
go.
village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Ha! My best friend.
Look what the tide brought him. Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Dude, at least I'm alive. I'm half alive, I guess.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen.
Forget about all this. This is a giant.
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it. Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstar. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heidelstam, Battle Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you after pavement.
Lieutenant
thanks.
Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
No, Kim, you've gotta have my back. Let's destroy them.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
What is this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Shit, kid.
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets. Shit kid. What an interesting moniker.
What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid? That's you.
Maybe you've deserved it.
How'd you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I saved his establishment and still he betrays me.
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building. It was on fire.
It was this one junior delinquent.
I don't know. It had shit kid written all over it.
You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true, and it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Actually, I suspected something was off.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
He's right. Don't start guessing. Now's not a good time.
You never told me you're the horse-faced woman.
Lieutenant, my name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
We're still friends, I just have a stupid head.
Okay. Because you're my commanding officer, I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training.
So, Trent Heidelstam turns out to be Special Consultant Trent Heidelstam.
Yes, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I never said I wasn't Trent Heilerstam.
Wait, what was up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
Oh yeah? What was up with all the interesting history? Spying on me?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
So what are you special consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s. Like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
Duped again. No one's who they say they are.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Gardener, scab leader, this. Tell me at least you are who you said you were.
Yes, I'm still Kim Kisuragi, still a lieutenant from Prison 57.
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
You mentioned a task force?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trent fucking Heidelstown, and Guillaume Baby.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
First, who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde with sunglasses like you were?
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
He sincerely thought it was going to be amusing. For both of you.
Okay, so what does the unit do?
Do? It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
The 41st isn't...
Where I've been all this time, there was a mercenary tribunal.
God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
Why didn't you detect or die then?
Oh, you think it was cool you saying that? Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here. Breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss.
Into the abyss.
None of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. Like you told us to.
None of this is ringing any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, hell, and so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2-millimeter hole in the world.
Corresponding to the 20-centimeter hole in your brain. Sure. This theory has great symmetry. I see how it folds into itself neatly.
Precisely, Satellite Officer Vic Mayer. It's Martinez.
Take this seriously, I suspect there might be something wrong with Martinez.
This sounds odd, but I was there. The church on the coast was shaking from an audio-spatial anomaly. It may have been anthroponetic or perhaps related to radio waves. Either way, it was real. I've even put it in my report. You should read it. I do not, however, think it has anything to do with him drinking himself to the point of brain damage.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think Isolari anthroponetics are a hoax. Pale produces global phenomena. It's proven. However, what has not been proven is total memory loss after drinking too much Komodo Red. Honestly, I think he's just lying to us.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful. The two cases in your ledger. The unsolvable case and the Next World mural. Those were recent. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a crétin now? I want to know
A
that.
crétin.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Leadership. Now.
I'm ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
I thought the killer would be underwater. He wasn't.
Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Underwater killer. So funny, Harry. Thank you for fucking me.
You're welcome for fucking you.
Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right? You're gonna get fired, and I'm gonna pay till I die. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
What I do have is this futuristic armor.
We're not armor cops. We're cops. People
Cop
don't
cops.
know us by our armor. They know us by our badges. You called in and said you lost yours. Have you found it?
I got my badge right here, loser.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Duh.
Not today, badge.
Behold my badge.
And your gun?
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements. What is it with all these material objects?
Upgraded my gun to a rifle.
Upgraded it. I don't care about your weapon mania, Harry. I only care about your official sidearm, which you lost.
Okay, I got that too.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
So it doesn't even matter that I found my gun?
You were never supposed to lose it in the first place. Not lost is your gun's natural state, you drunk bum.
I'm not drunk, I haven't started drinking again.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
No idea what you're smelling, and he washed death off me.
The man doesn't reply, but his expression speaks for him. You should have done a better job, is what it's saying.
Wait, it may be because of the pheromone.
Detective, please. Don't start talking about your pheromone again.
Pheromone?
This is serious. If you don't,
Yeah, I've handled an actual corpse.
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape, a certain classier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
we've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave us the vital clue that led us to the island.
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something? Or the fact that you're Evra Claire's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 6 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his own life.
Thank you,
He
Kim.
was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Yeah, I also solved the case. It's solved. All of it.
Detective, it's better if I do that.
Okay.
It's so much better if he does this. 1,000,000 times better.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
Thank you, Kim.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer. It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He's even gotten involved in a highly theoretical underground reading group, which, again, for a police officer, is unusual.
You should yell something.
I'm a policeman of the state to come.
The RCM consists of policemen of the state that is, so a little discrepancy there. Other still, he is also an ultra-liberal hustler who is always on the grind.
Me.
How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know. But he is vocal about both of them.
I'm always on the grind.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. Vicmar, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Okay, he did something.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island.
Welcome
camouflaged
back,
as the reeds.
Shane.
It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across
I love
the
this
yard.
music.
The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Oh, Ziana.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance.
Boom.
He became near catatonic.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, but also...
Yes, the phasmid may have contributed to his mental state in some way over the years.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
I also started a nightclub in the church.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yeah, and I discovered a hitherto unexplored entrepreneurial phenomenon in there too. A 2mm hole in the world.
Get a grip. No one cares about your anthroponetic adventures
I
right
feel like
now.
that's pretty important.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject now.
Also, the phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
It had gathered items in its nest, a helmet, a scope, and a passport.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting
I
mates.
still think it was female.
Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs.
I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
It told me.
Then it wouldn't matter if it's male or female. The bower would just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenetic mutation.
That makes sense. Yes.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here.
It had mandibles that looked like hair and it was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Without it,
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
The killer, Lilianovich Dros, we have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
Revolutionary metronym?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fascination. The result of spending all this time in solitude on the islands of this bay. And trauma too. He himself gave a political reason. In his mind, he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that. Way more.
It's more than that, a perfect folding mechanism, like the phasmid.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something. It will pass. In time.
The previous head of the DeBardas Union was assassinated by our killer.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open. In Martinez, where Everard and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
Understood, of course.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How'd you know I found him?
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I also looked into the mystery of the Doom commercial area.
I don't know what a Doom commercial area is.
Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10, a commercial building where all businesses go bankrupt. I look into it.
Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
There was a fridge we needed and a possible witness. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
So what do you say? Want to take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder.
Uh-huh.
So I have to. Jude.
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now, Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Wait, I have a few questions about before we go about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
But before?
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
That does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your
Alright.
inexplicable facial hair.
Alright, Kim. You want to talk more about my bicep girth? The collection of fun sportswear I've amassed.
The fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is, and your moves on the church floor, which honestly were just jump aerobics.
The fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy. And this guy, too.
Oh god, contact Mike.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
Contact Mike is a reprisal of the most inspiring basic sporting principle of open competition. A 5001 ranked outsider.
Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
When was this? When was I a gym teacher?
In your 20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
You said in Koura I was a gym teacher there?
Yes, you taught gym in Cour. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
Damn.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboard.
High school. Harry, your goings on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
Why did I join the RCM then?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
Okay, I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Some chick? Who?
Dora something. Dora England. Yeah, you mentioned the name.
Not Dora Dubois.
So we weren't even married.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago? She was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
6 years?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Huh?
She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a whalekin, basically.
Okay, no problem, Shane. I'm probably gonna be done with this game in a minute, so I hope you have a good rest of your day if I don't see you again after this. Thank you for hanging out.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Heartbreak Welkin. Pain Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Did you know you can smell things with your eyes? Because I just found out. What do you mean?
Look, the
Well,
sun
good
is about to
mood.
go down. It's time to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river.
Everyone is
Way
ignoring
east.
Judith.
Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
Toothpaste went flying to my eyes and it stunk so bad but minty. Oh no, like, I understand. I'm so sorry that happened though. Like, I hope you better wash that with water. Oh god. but also I feel it in on like my scalp. I have a shampoo that I use sometimes that's like minty, and I feel the mint on my scalp, if that makes sense. Like I can smell it on my scalp. I don't smell it, it's just I just feel the mint. Does that make sense? Oh god.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Okay, am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No,
No, because the suspects seem to think.
you're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
Okay, good to know.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you it's not that bad.
Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Torsen and McLean?
Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic though, Torsen and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it?
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
Torso and chest. Oh, okay, yeah. And the Sea Wing is?
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
Losers!
He's anything but a loser, although he would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way.
And prices?
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
So I work in the bloody murder station?
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
The Phasmid, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this Phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
She is going to be over the moon.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Investigate. Come work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit in. Am crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence.
No, Kim.
This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? Your Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
Ah!
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
He's really considering it.
I'm ready.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the evening sky, the great district turns on its lights. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls inside. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41 atop the motorway. To Boogie Street, forking into the dark horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmair? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomny Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the people. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Yeah, let's go, Kim! Ah! Yeah, Jean, you gotta take me back. We're going! I'm going back to the police precinct. Yeah! Let's fucking go, partner! Absolute kinema! I'm clipping through him! This is how our this is how deep our friendship runs. I'm clipping through his neck. Our friendship. This is how the Frenchmen do it. Oh my god, this game is so good. And like, ugh. How'd you guys like it? How'd you guys like it? How'd you guys like it? Do you see where, like, a lot of my writing inspiration comes from? This game did a lot for my writing, honestly. I can't, like... It's so good. And you posting the finale of Dokugami today. You planned this, miss. Honestly, I would love to say that I did, but I truly did not. I have a Kim Kitsuragi print and stickers looking at me from my wall. Dude, I wish I could have Disco Elysium merch, but I never find any at cons. Thank you, Shivers. Thank you, Shivers. Thank you, Shivers. And at the end, electrochemistry was actually the one to help us do the phasmid thing, like seeing the phasmid, talking to the phasmid. That was all electrochemistry, which is crazy. That and Inland Empire. Make some yourself. You're right. I'm sorry, but what happened at the end? A lot. Basically, we found this island because we realized that the shot was fired from a faraway island with a sniper rifle. So we found the guy that killed the mercenary. He was just an old man who was jealous that because he was kind of in love with Klasia. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. Okay. Alright. We figured out that the shot to the mercenary came from a faraway island from a sniper rifle. So we had to go to that island and figure out who it was, and it was this old man who was basically like a deserter from like the revolution. And he was kind of in love with Klasia, but like in a very insane way. And he, like, there was a lot about him, but he ended up, like, you know, killing the mercenary out of jealousy, while he was, you know, while the mercenary was having sex with Klasia. That's what happened. Then, you know, like, we figured that he was the killer, so we got the motive, we got the murder weapon, we got we got a confession from him. And then we saw the Insulindian Phasmid, which was that one cryptid that we've been hunting down this entire game. Do you remember, like, the cryptozoologists who were looking for it, and we had to inspect the traps and stuff? So we found the Insulindian Phasmid, who was, like, hanging around the island, and the deserter was not noticing it anymore because of, like, a pheromone that was erasing his memory. Like, camouflaging itself from his mind, I guess. And we had a long conversation with the Phasmid, a very existential conversation. And then we decided to, like, go back to the mainland to get, like, a better boat to get the culprit back to the mainland, but then we met the people from our precinct who were like, what are you doing? And then we explained the whole thing to them. And now we're going back to the station because I'm not getting fired. I'm going back to work. And we figured out the murder, so yep, we solved the case. We discovered a new species, the Insulindian Phasmid, and there was a lot of other shit we did. Yeah, that's what happened. My eye feels breezy. Oh god, I can imagine. But Atsuko, feel free, like, if you need to understand any other thing, like, feel free to ask me in, like, on, like, Discord or something. There's a lot to this game, and it's hard to, like, re-explain the whole thing, but if there's anything else you're confused about, feel free to ask me. I've played this game twice, I fucking love it. Also, Kim is gay, so that's pretty good. When Harry was like, are you part of the homosexual underground? And Kim was like, yeah, so what? He was talking about my bicep girth. Yeah. How was the girl named? Which one? The one who was with the mercenary? Klasia. I can type her name. She was the blonde woman we talked to on, like, the roof of the Whirling and Rags, the hotel. Like, we went to the hotel roof to talk to her a couple times. That was her. Yeah. The French team. This game must have been difficult to translate in any language, honestly. I want to write now. I want to write so bad. But I'm still, like... I know I'm gonna write a lot soon, but, like, I'm still figuring out the outline of my new fic, and I just have so much inspiration because of this game. The sheer amount of text is intimidating. Oh yeah. I think it's like over 1 million words, something. Kim will be missed. I love Kim! I'm always gonna miss him. I love Kim. Kim will be missed. Yeah. So, by the way, I didn't get any of those, but there's like a bunch of bad endings you can get in this game, through the, like, in the middle of the playthrough. Basically, you can get a bad ending if you shoot, one of the kids, like, if you shoot the redhead kid behind the tree. So not Kuno, but the girl. If you shoot her, you can shoot her and you can get a bad ending. Like, if you're mad enough, you can just do that. And there's also an ending where you can, like, shoot yourself in the mouth when you're trying to intimidate the Hardy Boys. You're, like, putting your gun in your mouth and you can just shoot yourself. It's basically like, I'm killing myself in front of you to change the trajectory of your life kind of thing. And you can die that way. It's really dumb. But it's really funny. You can get a bad ending for sleeping in trash. I didn't even know that. Really? Oh, thank you for the follow, cute pillow princess. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day. You can get a bad ending for sleeping in trash? Really? I didn't even know that was possible. Wow. I know you can get also a bad ending if you do the Moral Lantern quest, where you get, like, if you decide to report the 2mm hole in the world in the church, if you decide to report it to the Coalition and the Moral Lantern, like, they take you up and they're like, okay, we're gonna investigate this, and then they just shoot you in the head and you die. And, like, you're written as missing, and Kim is also missing, by the way, so they probably also killed Kim, but they don't really show anything. They're just like, those two officers are missing. And it's like, no, they're super dead. This is one of the bad endings. You die and Kim also dies. Spoilers? Not really. My sister in college is studying linguistics until she gets to translate movies and games, and an hour movie takes a month or so. They give them crazy requests, so I can imagine translating this demon. Million words. Bro, I feel like it has to be like a passion project or something. I'm sorry, Mag, I didn't know. I thought you already done that one for some reason. I thought. I'm sorry. Erase that from your mind, what I just said. Because she always comes to me for suggestions. I'm going crazy. She'll see. Yeah, I assume so. You should still do it, Mag. It's pretty. It's a really cool quest. Also, want to do a chaotic evil playthrough? Oh, you should do it, and you should tell me how that goes, because I haven't. I'm probably not gonna replay this, because like, racist and shit. Well, I probably would not do it just because I would feel bad the entire time. But, you know, I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. Damn. Um, what was I gonna say? Uh... It's just a game, so you just gotta not immerse yourself. Yeah, you know, I mean, you're right, but it's just like, I mean, I personally would not do it. Also, I don't think I'm, like, I love this game, but I'm personally probably not gonna play it again for, at least not for a while. Mostly because my Switch is a bitch about this game, like, it keeps crashing all the time. I don't know why. Last time I played it, it didn't happen. But this time, yeah. So I'm just like, maybe if I do play it one day, I'll get like I'll get it on the PC or something, and maybe I'll have less trouble. But right now I'm good. I played Disco Elysium twice. It's a long ass game. It's fucking great though. What was the part you wanted me to see? Oh, it was the Phasmid thing. Like I really wanted you to see that scene because it's to me it was like the one of the best ones from that movie from that game. Um, and since I thought you were gonna be around, I thought you wouldn't be able to see it, but you were able to, so I'm glad. No one ever treats Kim badly, so I've never seen him mad. I'm curious. I love Kim. You didn't really see it. It was a family. Oh, okay, that's fine. You know, I'll, like, if you're interested, I can show you, like, a video on YouTube or something. If you're interested. To me, it's one of the best scenes, from this game. Or, like, I can tell you at, on my VOD, like, at when it starts and stuff, so if you want to see, like, my reaction to it or something. I love Kim too, and therefore I need to see all sides of him. You know what? That's a valid reason. It's, yeah. You know, that Phasmid scene, it's one of the scenes that inspired me a lot for, like, Engraved in the Wind, specifically that one scene with Ruka Devata. The Phasmid scene inspired me so much. Yeah, that's fair, Mag. I'm gonna publish the VOD and I'll tell you, Asuko, and you can watch it whenever you want. There's this achievement, Kim doesn't trust you. Oh god. I get too immersed in games. Like, I don't want the characters to feel bad, so I would feel so bad doing this. Ah. Anyway, guys, I'm pretty sure that the team that originally made this game is working on, like, another game at the moment. And I'm really excited about that, because I thought this was not gonna happen again, but if that new game is as good as this, then damn. Yeah, okay, that's fair. But anyway, I'm gonna stop now, because it's like midnight. I will not be on in the next week. I'm not gonna be streaming, because it's gonna be Christmas, and I'm gonna be busy and with family, so, I'm also gonna take this opportunity to rest a little bit, because, you know, I don't think I've ever taken a week off stream in, I don't know how many months. I love streaming, so I don't really take breaks anymore, but I feel like, you know, at some point you gotta. So, after, like, next week I'm not streaming, I'm mostly gonna do, like, you know, stuff. I'm gonna work on art and things because I have a lot to do. And the week after that, it's gonna be Genshin update week, so we're gonna play Genshin all week, basically. All days of stream, we're just gonna play Genshin because I have to catch up and stuff. Oh, hi Chain, welcome back. Yeah, I just finished the game. I just finished the end credits and stuff. Yeah, thank you, Twi. I appreciate it. I hope the ending was good. It was really good. I loved it so much. I love this game. Yay! Thank you guys. I'm so glad I was able to make you, like, for those of you who haven't played it, I'm really glad that I was able to show it to you. This game is part of my personality at this point, and so it was really important to me that I played it again. Yeah, thank you. Also, I forgot what I was gonna say. After the Genshin week, we're gonna play Silent Hill. Anyway, for now, I'm just gotta see who I can raid first. But happy Kazuskara Mass. Happy holiday to all of you. Happy holidays. No one is streaming, man. There's Live on Shadow. The hill is silent. It's getting too silent on this hill. Happy holidays. Remember, Scar birthday art will be soon. Oh my god, you're so right! Fuck, I'm so excited. Live on Shadows. Stream. Alright. Oh god. Merry Chrysler. Merry Crisis. Merry Crisis. Yeah, I hope everyone has a good rest of the year too. I'll see y'all at the very end of December. What is happening to my OBS? I would really love to know. Alright. Starting the raid now. I'll see you guys soon. I love you and have great holidays. Bye!